Today we're in the beautiful Breisgau region at the company Inakustik. You know Inakustik as a cable manufacturer with a very broad product portfolio, which we're going to take a closer look at now. Come along.
Hi Jürgen, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Glad you could make it.
Great. Thanks for the invitation.
Of course, my pleasure.
In terms of manufacturing, do you really do everything in-house here, or do you still get some things from external sources?
We have different quality lines. In the lower two lines, quite a bit still comes from external suppliers. But we're trying to do more and more here ourselves. That's why we have our air technology, which is set up entirely here and is also manufactured here in our facility. Of course, it was developed beforehand by Holger Wachsmann, who is the brain here. And then we try to build the products here in such a way that it's enjoyable for the end customers.
When did it all actually start?
Mr. Samsa founded the company back in the mid-70s. Back then, it all started directly with accessories, with cables. Those were good times. Back then, only twin cables existed, black insulated and stiff. And I think the first highlight was simply managing to get a highly flexible insulation. And later on, more technologies were added and the cable range kept expanding.
If you're such a manufacturing company, where exactly is your core business? Is it here in Germany, more in Europe, or even worldwide?
Well, we export over 70%, and it's like this. The classic markets are North America, Asia, and Europe. Of course, Germany is the largest single market because it's simply our home market. But most of it actually goes to export, and we're really growing in exports year after year.
I can imagine that, especially in Germany, organizations like TÜV and VDE and the like take a very close look at things. You test all of that here, right?
In our industry, there are a lot of products that you really should take a much closer look at. For example, we've only been making power cables since 2016, because before that we didn't feel confident enough to do it. And then we met someone who guided us a bit so that we could carry out all the necessary tests and ensure that everything is CE compliant with all the standards behind it. And we still send individual products to the lab or to different labs to get the official certifications, because electricity, 230 volts, well, if you get stuck on that, it's really not pleasant if something were to happen. So it just has to be safe, it has to be secure.
Great, that sounds exciting. All right, then maybe I'll go check in with Holger, because the topic of cables and power cables is something I'm really interested in.